right, we are live. This is crazy. What happened? I took a nap, I went and got some lunch, and bro, this is crazy. Also, you might be wondering, why did I not stream today? Why did I only stream 20 minutes? I I just need to get a reset on my rules for streaming because when I'm streaming, I feel the need to have to do all the little stuff like high time frame analysis, intermediate time frame analysis, all this stuff, right? And what I'm learning and realizing is at the end of the day, you don't need to do all that. At the end of the day, you just need to sit and wait for the signature and price that you know and good liquidity. And sure, all that other stuff, it can help you. Like the higher time frame analysis, it could help. Framing a higher time frame model can help. But like low key, I just needed to sit on the charts and wait for a good setup. So that's what I did. I really just wanted to hit 1-to-1 today, and that's exactly what I did. Right when we got news, I was looking for a one setup for life, and you can see we got one almost instantaneously. We have a data wick here, this high right here, and then inversion. I mean, this was very, very simple. 1-to-1. Looks like it was like more like 0.8-to-1. Kind of just depends where you put your stop. That explains why. That explains a lot actually. Why it was 0.8-to-1 for me, because yeah, I only made 130 and it was supposed to be 200, and the reasons were, one, it's not even 1-to-1. It's 0.8-to-1, 0.86-to-1. But then two, I was supposed to, or maybe I was supposed to buy 5 contracts. So I guess I did everything right. Then why did I don't know. I guess maybe I bought too little contracts or something. I think I think I must have, where did it go? I lost it. Okay, we're back. I must have got 5 contracts and it must have been 0.8-to-1. And then it only was 130 instead of 200. But you know what? It is what it is. I tried leaving runners. Man, if I was smart, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, why would you not take profit here? This is the end of the candle bodies, right? So this should be my final take profit. If I was smart, that's where I should have had my final take profit. Because this is where the majority of the liquidity is going to be, is in these candle bodies. Not in these little tiny wicks. No one cares about the wick, right? Target the bodies of candles. So anyway, had I held it to there, that would have been a 1.4-to-1. But instead, I held it to this high. This was the data high. And yeah, that explains a lot why I only made 130 per account, but that's okay. And so I guess I did clarify why I didn't stream it. I don't know. I was just exhausted from streaming. I feel like I've streamed every single day for a long time, and I just did not want to stream. I don't know, but in the future I will try and make sure I'm always streaming. So, but yeah. I was just simply waiting for the setup, and then boom, we got it. Now, yeah, relatively simple. And then you can see this was actually a BPR trade as well, right? So, pretty cool. So this is how I would have taken it. It's tricky because it's only 0.87-to-1, but you know what? That's fine, honestly. So, I mean, I'm curious how other people would take this one, because I would, like, if I were to redo this, I would still make sure this is, like, I'd have this be 0.8-to-1. Maybe you take this on the 1 minute instead, but even on the 1 minute, right? The 1 minute does not close really above here, and then when it closes here, it's the same entry as the 2 minute. So I still think it's 0.8 to 1 regardless of how you look at it, unless you put your stop here. And I just would have preferred to have my stop at the low of this body here. So I think what I did was fine. And then so yeah, let's screenshot this and we'll put it in the folder. We'll just put it as first we have to get out the trade log. Okay. So this was Friday. So January 31st, 25, Friday. I might make different folders for different months, so that way it's a little bit cleaner. So I'll do January. Okay, and then I'll timestamp this as yeah. Oh, I should also mark out that we swept out these lows here, and we're delivering from a fair value gap. Those are important things to mark out. So we have this 3-minute fair value gap we were delivering from, right? So delivering from a fair value gap. And then, I mean, I would consider this a 5-minute fair value gap. Or maybe, how do you mark this out? Because I would definitely consider this whole thing a fair value gap. It's fine. I'll just have it be the 3-minute one. 3-minute fair value gap. Oh, you can't see my screen. So I'm just marking out that this is a 3-minute fair value gap and that we swept out these lows here. So boom. And I will be streaming until 3:25-ish because I'm gonna try and do the full I'm just gonna try and stream for at least 2 hours every single day for journaling. I think it's really important, like one of the most important things. So yeah. So yeah, we sweep out this low into this fair value gap. We get a beautiful 2-minute inversion, and we go right up to run all this liquidity. So I'm gonna also mark this out as like LRLR. Right. Man, imagine after a whole year of doing this every single day. Imagine how many like trades will be ingrained in your brain, you know? Okay. So once this pops up, I'm gonna save it. And then I'm gonna put it as the timestamp. So 8:38 a.m. So over to desktop, trades, Friday. So 8, 8, 38. IFG 2 minute. Boom. This is sweet. Imagine like people would like probably like after I have like a whole year's worth of these trades, people would probably be like really interested in looking at these. Okay. Let's move on to a new trade. What else do we got here? What happened after I got off the charts? Well, we had a decent 1 minute inversion. I mean, theoretically, you could have taken that. You could have theoretically also. Nah, I wouldn't take any of this up here. This isn't high probability. Like, sure, we might have inversed this gap, but not a big fan. But this looks decent, right? We sweep out this low here. Let me pull up the other screen and see if there were any like other confluences, because it's always nice to see if we have other confluences, right? So let's take a look at that on the other screen. What other confluences would have lined up with this 1 minute inversion? Because like this 1 minute inversion, although we don't sweep out like, this is still good in my opinion, this 1 minute inversion, although we don't sweep out an actual like low, we already did sweep out a low. So just conceptualize, right? It's not about, it has a lot less to do about the actual like sweep of a low and more about conceptualizing, right? Because we already took out all of these lows with this sweep, and then we come back down again and we sweep out all the bodies again, right? So most people have been stopped out. It does not matter that this wick's low hasn't been ran, right? Because most people have been stopped out here. So on this 1 minute inversion, this is still good, and I would target this trend line right here, these low resistance highs here. So that's what I would do. But let's see if there were any other confluences here. But this, man, this would have been a good trade if you were patient for it. When was this? What time was this at? This is during the 9:20 to 9:40 macro. That's fire. Okay. Man, we're gonna get so many good trades after all this is done. Like, you can go, wait, this might have been a break-even trade, low-key. Yeah, this probably would be break-even. Ah, man. I guess this is break-even. Because I'd go break-even at these highs here. And you can see we hit those highs and then break-even. And then we go all the way up. But you know what, though? This is a breaker. This is a nice breaker. But there's no fair value gap overlap with it. I'm not sure what to do with this. You would have to not go to break even there if you wanted this one to really do anything significant. Sweeps of candle bodies, they're still significant. It doesn't matter if it was a wick or a candle body. It's still good liquidity, right? So sweep and then sweep, inversion, and then let's get rid of all this. Boom, boom. We will just record it just in case, right? Oh, I forgot what else we were gonna do. We were gonna look at the other screen, and we were gonna see if there were any other confluences. So like, maybe like SMTs. Not seeing any. Nothing obvious, at least. Maybe there was one right here. Oh man, S&P left equal lows there. Yeah, not really seeing any SMT. So this would be a break-even trade for me, and that is totally fine. But yeah, just being realistic, I would definitely get stopped at break-even on this one. If I were to take it, right? I probably would. And when it's like this, I usually just put the stop at the end of the body here. So I'm gonna just mark that this was break even. Okay, what was this? 925. Oh, you can't see the screen. Whoops. Oh, we should also mark out this was a macro. Forgot to mention that part. So I would definitely get stopped at break even here, but I am gonna record it. So, 9, what is this? 925. Oh, whoops! I want that back. 925. IFVG. 1 minute. Break even. Okay, let's move on. You could have possibly taken this as a breaker trade. I personally wouldn't, because sure, we had a breaker. We had a pretty nice breaker, and we had a good signature to the breaker, but I like to typically see what's it called? I like to typically see a fair value gap overlapped with the breaker, and because there was not one, I personally would not take that as a breaker trade. But yeah, I don't know. You definitely could. Now going on to the higher time frame here, This actually could have been a 5-minute breaker and a 5-minute for value gap. Not quite. Not quite. Let's get rid of all this. So, I mean, this is like really valuable stuff to backtest. Let's go on the other screen and then just like look at stuff, right? So we had London highs that we already hit. We never actually took out London lows. So this seems like AMD to me, right? Where you have pretty clearly, if I go back to the other screen, you have pretty clearly accumulation, manipulation, and then you measure this out, standard deviations, right? How much you want to bet they line up? I haven't looked at it, but how much you want to bet they line up? Bro, I told you. Okay, I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Another thing. Oh, hey, someone said something. Marketing, what up? Sorry, I was in the bathroom. Another thing I was thinking is as we journal these trades, it would be cool to give them a rating, our own estimate of what like we would rate that trade, because that'll be helpful for in the future when we're rating trades in live time. Like, oh, this is like a minus, A plus, you know. But how are you doing, marketing? I was just showing. I didn't even look at this beforehand. But I drew out this standard deviations of this, and I'm like, how much do you want to bet the standard deviations line up with the top? I didn't look at it. I had no idea, but I was like, how much you want to bet? And I dragged it up, and the 4 to 4.5 marks the top. Algorithm or it's an algorithm, bro. Okay, how about this one? I haven't looked at this either. Should we test this out again? Like this, it might not line up. I don't know. There we go, dude. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's try and find some more trades in here somewhere. First, let's actually go on the other screen and let's just mark out this AMD. I mean, if you ever see this, right, where it's just such an obvious range and the market goes to one side and it's happening at around 9 to 9:20, light bulbs should go off, probably. That's at least what I would say, right? So we got A, M, and then D. So I'm wondering if there's any trades in here you could have taken. I'm not really seeing anything super obvious. I guess you could take this inversion back up here. But for me, this would probably be a break-even trade. Yeah, I'd probably go break-even at this high, so this would probably break-even for me. And that's okay. Yeah, because so this is what I would do with this one, with this inversion. I mean, this could be wrong, but I personally I prefer high break-even rate. So if you entered on this, which once again, like there's not like super clear liquidity to target, so it's just kind of like I don't know if I would take it, but yeah, I'd probably go break even at this high, and then I get break evens. So yeah, I would say that would be break even. I'm curious about this though. Maybe there's a trade in here on the low time frame. I mean, let's just look. Oh yeah, bro, 1000%. I mean, you just look at stuff like that. You look at stuff like that, and you just know, like, yeah, there's no way it's not. I don't know. Do you see any trades within here? I mean, this inverse, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't take this. Theoretically, you could take this inversion. We'll make a mental note of it, like, theoretically, but with this gap here, I probably would not have taken this. But theoretically, maybe you could take that, but just because of this gap, I wouldn't. It's just not A+. But we do have an old breaker overlapped with a fair value gap, or you could consider this the breaker. Actually, that might make a little bit more sense. So this old breaker and this fair value gap, and you can see how precise these breaker fair value gaps can be. I've noticed that breaker fair value gaps, they can offer a lot higher RR, but they're kind of like if I want a high probability trade, I'm probably just gonna stick to an inversion most of the time. But yeah, look at that precision, like breaker, fair value gap, and then boom. I don't know if there was a trade in here. To catch this move, I wait for pullback, but market never come back, and I really miss this trade a lot of time. Yeah, I'm not sure there was any trades in here, if I'm being honest. Like being just completely like objective. If you're gonna take a good trade, you need good liquidity to target. For instance, you need to have something like this, right? Where you know the market's gonna like come back here. You need good liquidity. So that's why this inversion on the 1 minute, that's why this inversion was actually pretty good. But you'd have to have conviction that you're gonna go up here, right? So this would have, because I'd probably get stopped out at break even. This would have to be a play where you'd have to have conviction that you're gonna go run those highs, and maybe I'll be able to get that with time. But yeah, you just typically want to have good liquidity to target. And so here it's like, okay, would you see something like this? Like, honestly, not really. Like, maybe right here, but I don't know. It just seems lower probability to me because of that. There's no obvious highs to go run over here like there is here. So anyway, let's move on. I'm not seeing anything crazy in here. Oh, maybe we get something delivering from this on the low time frame, like possibly a 30-second or a 15-second. Theoretically, like, let's take a look. Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't take that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't mess with that. I don't think there's any opportunity there. You'd have to wait through all of this, and there really would not be much opportunity, it looks like. It's crazy. I'm glad I got off the charts with that one win. I don't know. Do you see any opportunities in here? I'm not really seeing a ton. But that's good. That we know when not to trade, right? But then again, like, I'm sure someone found some trade in here. Let's look at other confluences just for fun. Like, I'm curious, did we hold a key level here? Let's look. We can take break plus for value up trades with little big stop loss. It's a good point. If we just have a bigger stop loss, we don't need to. It can be a 1-to-1 RR, and you just have a bigger stop loss. It's a good point. I'm definitely consider doing it. What I'm thinking about doing for breaker for value gap trades is, I think the idea with those is like you said, bigger stop loss, but then also like I want to wait for like a 15-second momentum candle off of it, right? Because like you might as well, right? You might as well. It's not gonna make it that much of a different entry, but then at least you get some confirmation that level's being respected. I don't know though. Hard to say. Man. Like, theoretically, yeah, this is also a breaker. Like, this same inverse for value gap is also a breaker for value gap trade. I'm not going to record this one, but I'm just going to take note of it mentally here. Like, seeing these up close candles and then seeing this fair value gap, that's a sniper entry right there to go target this liquidity. But yeah, this was the trade of the day right here. 2-minute IPG. I mean, just look at all of price action and then look for the most light bulb signature and price on this entire screen, right? It's very obvious. It's right here. Boom, boom, boom. Up to the data high. So that was the one I took. Very happy about that. Oh no, it's lagging. Okay, let me restart my computer.